Yes, people, welcome back to the One True Red podcast. And fellas, it's happened. We've waited 6 months for this to happen. And finally, Liverpool have lost a league game. And frankly, I'm appalled. I'm disgusted and I'm unhappy.
I'm
I know
very
that
happy.
Craig is very happy, obviously. He thinks the comeback is on. That's what he was telling us offline.
Nah,
joking.
don't be
I'm
silly.
joking. But yeah, Fulham Liverpool 3-2. I wouldn't say the scoreline flattered Liverpool, but after that first half, Uche, we deserve to be in the position we were in.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Sometimes you think you understand this game, and it just goes a bit haywire. We did not. I know it's quite annoying to be like, because we took the lead and everything was going according, like no issues, and then just mistakes upon mistakes by our defenders contributed to our downfall.
Name names, Uche. So I know you were on the group chat. Name names.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's almost like it's pathetic to even name them. There's so many. Obviously, it's Tyrell Robertson. I felt like for the first goal, he should have known that they were going to cross the ball and got tighter. Then they crossed the ball. Konate tries to head it. Obviously, Jones being a right back is not in the right position. Comes off him. Goes.
I mean, you're being wait. Can I just say you're being generous with saying Konate tries to head it because he actually jumped under the ball. But carry on.
No,
sorry, I interrupted you.
He's fine. I'm just saying that if you look at that goal, there's enough blame to go around, right? Because he exposed that right back position because he's not ready. He can't really get his position right. But if you stop the cross, then none of that happens. But anyway, honestly, the way I look at these games, when it's 1-1, I'm actually not that too distraught because at the end of the day, I feel like 1-1, I'll take it anyway. Do you know what I mean? And also, as the game goes on, we're gonna create another chance. Then what happens after that was where he really got out of order, like totally unacceptable. Only Robertson can explain when it was okay to pass the ball across your own goal. I don't know what he was doing, tried to make amends, more errors. And then you think, okay, you've seen it all. Get yourself together, right? You're 2-1 down. It's not the end of the world. And then before the end of the game, end of the half, we're already 3-1 down with yet another error by another separate defender. I mean, Van Dijk was getting out more so by Muniz. Just a pathetic showing in the first half, really unacceptable by our players. I can't explain it because they had the gift from Arsenal the day before. We were leading in the game. Every time we scored first, I think it's 19 out of the last 20, we've gone on to, not drop points. So yeah, just really disappointing. I couldn't get around it. Thankfully, we turned it around in the second half, but unfortunately, we create chances, missed chances. Could easily have been 3-3 for sure, but we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Overall, we now know that, unfortunately, Salah is not on fire at the moment, and the other guys are not stepping up when required. But I can't explain that first half, conceding 3 goals in the first half, which has never happened under his era. So very, very disappointing, very, very annoying. It's unnecessary. We should have, gone on to win the game, being 1-0 up.
Indeed. And the thing that irritates me the most is it's not like it was, as you touched on, Arsenal gave us sort of a boost before the match because they drew their game, which we're coming to talk about. Craig, you're not getting away with it this week.
Why are you worried
about?
Michael's
not here. I know Michael's not here.
But
we're coming to talk about. We're going to talk about Everton, Arsenal in a minute. But they gave us a boost before the match, so you know what you need to do is go out there and win. You're 1-0 up, and then I just checked the timings of the goals: 27 minutes, 32 minutes, 37 minutes. So within 10 minutes or so, something like that, we've conceded 3 goals away from home, and that's not happened all season. Not like that anyway. Not like that. And I don't think we've been 2-0 down in any game under Slot. So, and the thing that annoys me the most is not that it was like nervousness or you can see nervousness getting into the play, all that sort of stuff. It was just stupidness. So you start with Robertson. You start with the first goal. I don't know what Konate is doing, jumping under the ball. But then it rebounds off thingy. Okay, fine. 1-1. Guys, settle down. Control the game. You've been 1 up. It's now 1-0. You're away from home. Control. No, let's not do that. You got Robertson 3 times for that second goal. 3 times he was involved. First with the ball across the box. Why are you doing that? You're an experienced player, number one. You get a second chance to clear the ball. He heads it straight to Iwobi, and then he goes and gets in and deflects off him past the keeper. The keeper would have saved it as well. It was a weak shot on his left, on Iwobi's left foot. Keeper would have saved it easily, and he deflects it in. Okay, 2-2. 3, then we go 3 with the Munas against VVD. And I have no idea what VVD was doing, but if you look at it back again, you'll see, and I don't know if VVD called for it, but this is a thing that I've got with Szoboszlai, which I'm not going to touch on yet, but we'll talk about this. Whether or not we need to improve in certain positions. But the ball's up in the air. Szoboszlai is literally, he looks at it and then he runs away from the ball. Like, not my job. That's someone else's job to deal with that. Now, it could be that VVD calls for it, which is, if that's the case, there's no slight on Szoboszlai. But if he didn't, this is the sort of thing where just take control of the situation. Head the ball, or at least challenge for the ball. But instead, leave it to someone behind me. VVD is the last man in defence. Munoz turns him, and he's through on goal. And the keeper should have saved it through his legs. He should have saved it anyway. But Aki, do you think that we've got West Ham at the weekend, which we're going to preview a bit later on, but you think this team's going to affect the team going forward, or is it just a bad day at the office and we brush ourselves down and move on?
Yeah, I think, first of all, good credit to Fulham. They're not exactly a poor team. I think they're challenging now for the European places. I think they're 6th or 7th, something like that. But we've been playing quite badly now for a little while.
Bro. Don't do that. Fulham are rubbish. Let's not.
No. They are doing all right. And also...
They're 4 points behind Man City.
Yeah. And
we've been 5 behind Chelsea, we're in 4th. So, and
we've been out of form and out of sorts for a little while. If you think about it, which one of our players have been on form in the last 4 or 5 games? None, really. They've all been playing terribly. I still think we're going to win the league with ease. You know, we should beat West Ham. We've got Leicester after that. There's only 2 more wins that we need from 6 games or something like that. So it'll be a monumental blow up. Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen, to be honest.
I'll stop watching football if that happens. But also, I've got no faith that Arsenal are going to win the remaining games either, really. You know, they don't look that great either. They're going to get spanked by Real Madrid, most likely, and then that'll be their season done. It's been a bit of an anticlimax to the season, to be honest with you. I think even though we're going to win the league this season, we're going to need to have an overhaul. Szoboszlai, I don't think he's what we need up front. We need a new striker. Robertson's been poor all season. Van Dijk goes.
A new thing with new fans of new supporters. I've never, maybe it's just me, but I find it really strange talking about a season and already looking forward to another season. I don't understand that. You just use the word anticlimax. Anticlimax to what? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? What are you anticlimaxing to? Are you mad? Are you not going to celebrate when it comes May? When you win the league, you're going to talk about anticlimax. What are you talking about?
Who's going to win it? But what I'm saying is, it's been a bit of a damp squid to the end of the season. There's no jeopardy.
No, how can you say that? Well, that's why you guys don't deserve the league.
No, to lose them today, there's still no jeopardy.
You guys don't deserve the league. It's you just don't deserve it. You've been
if Arsenal won yesterday, we lost today, then we lose to West Ham, you win. And of course, that creates a bit more jeopardy, right?
As Uche said, you're talking about anti-climax. You're about to win a league properly this time. You're about to win the league, and you're talking about anti-climax.
Hey, both are true, though. Both are true.
Football fans don't count the COVID league, bro. That behind closed doors league. We don't count that
one.
We're like 20 points ahead. You guys need to stop that. We were 20 points ahead.
That's not my problem, man. You do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah,
don't count it.
Exactly.
Like, you guys can have that one. This is the first time you're about to win a proper league.
I really don't care what you're saying.
Climax.
I don't really care what you're saying about this.
Anti-climax.
That's madness. I don't.
The reason why it's an anti-climax. Listen, the reason why it's an anti-climax is because there's no jeopardy. That's what I've told you already, right? So when we're losing games like we did against Fulham, and yeah, you can be slightly annoyed, but like you're not really you're not going to cry yourself to sleep because there's nothing really at stake. Arsenal aren't going to win the remaining part of their games. We pretty much won the league. That's why I'm saying it's an anti-climax. Doesn't mean I'm not going to celebrate when we
I think
win.
it's the wrong word.
Okay.
I think you used the wrong word.
Yeah, it's the wrong word.
I think it's the wrong word. I can kind of see what you're saying in terms of no jeopardy. Well, not even kind of. I can see what you're saying in terms of not a lot of jeopardy because of the big points gap there is. But Aki, at your age, how many times have you seen Liverpool win the league?
Properly.
At your big age.
What's that got to do with anything?
That's got to do with whether or not it's an anticlimax or not. If you're a Liverpool fan, the climax is winning the league. You can't get more climactic than that.
I've seen it. No, but the thing is that you can separate the two. Like you can separate the two completely. Even that season we won the league, it was a bit of a damp squid to the end of the season. But we were playing to win to get 100.
I haven't seen it since 1989.
Let me finish my point. That season, we were aiming to get like over 100 points. The moment that we couldn't
answer the question you were asked, please.
What?
Answer the question he asked you. He said to you, as a Liverpool fan, how many times can you recall, as a Liverpool fan, winning the league? That you, as from the moment you became a Liverpool fan till today, how many times can you genuinely recall Liverpool winning the league title? That you're considering this an anticlimax? That's why you think that was the question. How many times?
One
time. Okay. So how can we win in the league one time? You're about to make it the second time, in as long as you can remember, and you're telling me that feeling will be anticlimax. It doesn't make sense.
No. Now you're just making things up. Now you're just making things. What I'm saying is that from now until the end of the season, there isn't really much at stake because, as we've all agreed here, we've won the league, right?
That's fine.
So we're going through a procession at the moment. Yeah, procession is usually an anticlimax.
No, it can't be an anticlimax.
Literally,
for me, it's an anticlimax. The reason why is because we should have won 4 trophies this season, right? We ended up getting knocked out. We ended up getting knocked out by Plymouth. We lost against PSG because we didn't really show up.
Actually, how many times have we won? Again, I'm going to ask you another question. How many times have you remembered Liverpool winning more than one trophy in top of the league title? A league title.
We won 5 trophies under Houllier.
No. Sorry, I repeat the question. How many times, as a Liverpool fan, have you seen Liverpool win the league and another trophy on the same season? How many times? It's never happened, has it?
What's that got to do with anything?
No, you just said that we were on track to win 4 trophies. Do you know how mad that is? Like, how many teams do you know?
Well, no, even a treble, in the space of like less than a week, we went from being like on course to win a treble to getting battered by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup and getting knocked out by PSG, who I think were an inferior team to us. But our team, our slot made mistakes because he didn't rest players against Southampton. So our players were knackered against PSG. So for me, I think he's made some mistakes now, and we are going through an anticlimax because we've gone from almost winning a treble. We've gone from normally.
But you keep coming up with this word. Doesn't make sense. You're not making any sense.
It does make sense. If you open your mind and listen, then it makes sense.
You won the title once, yeah. The whole thing to win his second time is definitely not anticlimactic.
Stop bringing that into discussion. It doesn't matter how many titles we've won, even if we won 0.
Of course, it matters. It does. What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
You literally does.
Let's move on.
It really doesn't. Just
for the viewers' benefit.
Why you guys don't deserve to win this league? You've got fans like Aki saying it's anticlimax.
I don't know what it is.
I'm just describing the situation.
As I was going to say, Craig, this guy doesn't speak for Liverpool fans. He speaks for himself.
He's got a Liverpool
You don't speak for Liverpool fans either, though. We all
I'm speaking
for
myself.
Our own opinions.
Cool, and I'm speaking for myself. And this is the best season, one of the best seasons I can remember in the Premier League. This is what this is to me as a Liverpool fan. One of the best seasons I can remember in the Premier League because it's the second time since Premier League started that I'm watching my team that's going to go and win the league. So it's the best season.
It's also the margin as well. It's also the margin that you're winning it with.
It should be celebrated. This doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often.
For me personally, as a football fan, it's not always just about winning. Sometimes it's about.
Let's move on.
Those seasons became second to Man City. They had a lot more jeopardy than this season.
He must be trolling.
I'm talking about excitement. And so even the seasons where we came second to City, those seasons had more excitement than what we're
This guy's
seeing
a
now.
madman. Can you just switch off his mic or something?
No, no.
This is crazy.
Are you disagreeing? Are you disagreeing?
Not excited because you got dashed out all those other cups?
Yeah.
Is that why? That's your anticlimax of the season because you wanted to win the other
FA Cup.
We should have won.
You being so many points ahead in the league can't be an anticlimax, bro.
Why
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't get that. Explain.
So what? How can it be an anticlimax, right? If you've won the league with, I don't know how many points ahead you are now, 10, 11 whatever it is, yeah.
11.
You've dominated the league this season. You've deserved to win it, and you're all coming on here saying it's an anticlimax because of what?
Well, don't get it twisted. It's not like we smashed teams left, right, and centre. So we got lucky against Everton. We got smashed by
Let's
Fulham.
move on. I'm not having this.
I'm not talking about this anymore.
We're not swashbuckling to win the league this season either.
We scored the most goals.
We're going to be crawling across the line, and we're going to be the beneficiaries. We're going to be the beneficiaries of having no competition because Arsenal.
If you don't end this, yeah, honestly, I'm not.
No, we're not. We've got injuries. We've got issues, mate.
Wait. I'm gonna say this one. I'm not even joking. Don't talk nonsense on the pod. I don't mind. Don't say things that are not factual. That really annoys me. So you just talked about we're crawling, yeah? Right now, as things stands, I'm gonna talk to you only on facts, nothing else. Right now, today, as it stands, win all our games. We finished with 94 points. That's not crawling, yeah? Only 12 teams in the Premier League history has won 90 points or more. Yeah. That's what it's feeling. No, please be quiet. Yeah.
You're not talking facts. We've not won those games.
You're not making fine.
Well, the fact is we lost today. The fact is we lost today, right?
Second time
the fact is we lost today, right?
Second time this season.
Lost today? Yes or no?
Second time this season.
Yeah, you've lost twice all season.
The last loss was it not?
Doesn't make any sense.
The last defeat was August or early September.
The last defeat was to Nottingham Forest.
It was like September. August, September. We're in April. Let's move on, man. I'm not having this.
We looked at league form, yeah? And we're still the most league form teams. You look from January to now. So what's this guy talking about crawling? What are you about?
Top scorers in the league as well. What we've got joint. Well, not after today, but
joint most clean sheets, right? With the Nottingham Forest, scored the most goals, first away defeat of the season, and this joke is talking about crawling.
We're limping to an anticlimax. Come on, Aki, man, stop it, Craig.
Man,
talking about anticlimax. Talking about anticlimax. We'll quickly touch on the Everton Arsenal game because obviously we think that this is irrelevant, really, but. I didn't see the starting line. I didn't watch the game, to be honest. Well, I didn't watch all of it, but I didn't see the starting lineup. Did Arteta rest some players? And has he got one eye on Tuesday?
100%, he did. And I think we touched on it the last pod. I think Mikey was saying that he expects some members of the squad to be rested, some first team players, and also trying to ease Saka back into the team. So it was as expected. We were going to rest the team. We're going to go. I'll play our first 11 on Tuesday, I think it is, against Real Madrid. I'm going to go for it. This match we're just going for the motions, to be honest. I didn't expect anything. The way Everton came out, I was actually worried that they're going to injure some of our players and some of our players we need for Tuesday, because the referee, I don't know what he was on, because it seemed like Everton can get away with anything in terms of what they were doing. They were just fouling our players.
Tell us about it, Craig. Tell us about it. We had that twice.
I know we wanted to
this season against Everton.
I know we wanted to touch on referees, and obviously you guys feel a certain way because it's Everton as well and what they did to you. But they were a disgrace, man. They were literally kicking us off the park, and the referee was just turning a blind eye to it and not booking the players, not protecting our players as usual. And then obviously controversy happens where we went one up, and then. You know how it goes, but referees are always against us. So we're always playing against the referees in every single match we've had this season. So we've had to worry about not only injuries, but referees, the officials. You should be officiating a non-biased game. You know what I mean? So listen, this stage of the season, I don't. This stage of the season, all we care about is the Champions League, because we've certified a Champions League place for next season, which I'm looking forward to. But You know what I mean? Bring on Real Madrid. And I think I did predict that we may beat Real Madrid, but because of that Gabriel injury, I would like to change my predictions. And I don't think we'll actually beat Madrid over the 2 legs. I think we will sort of go out, but it'll be close. It'll be close. But
sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying. So that match was expected, really. Everton, they didn't cause us that much trouble, but when they did, our defense was a bit all over the place. I'm not too sure about Kivior filling in for Gabriel, but it seems like he's going to be the sort of defender coming in to cover Gabriel, which is a shame, because I did rate our chances with Gabriel and Saliba at the back against Real Madrid and the superstars up front. But Kivior, I think any Arsenal fan would tell you, look, we've got to be behind the player, but we don't rate him as a top player, a top defender at all. At best, he's cover, but even then, that's a bit strong because he's not that good at all. So,
why wouldn't he put White at centre back?
Say that again.
Why wouldn't he put White at centre back?
I think he towards the end of the match, I think he made a few subs, and White did end up playing centre back. But because White has just come back from like a long-term injury or long time on the sidelines, it's going to be a bit of a risk. And he likes his left-footed player playing left-footed centre-back playing on the left side of defence. It's the way he's always done it. I don't see every team in the Premier League has maybe a right-footed defender on the left and stuff like that. But something with Arteta, I don't know if it's superstition or whatever. He's always got a left-footed player on the left side of defence. So Kivior's going to play. That is that. And me personally, I would have Ben White and Saliba at the back, but I don't think Arteta's going to do it.
I should have checked this, but is Timber fit to play right back?
Timber,
he came on.
He came on. Yeah, he should be fit to play.
Every episode, he's got to mention FPL.
So even Timber filling in there, and we've got them maybe shift Ben White to right back and get Timber playing in there. But I've got a feeling he's going to go with Kivior because Kivior started this game, so I think he wants that sort of solid centre back to play each and every game to get as much experience as they can to go into the match he cares about. So that game though, Everton Arsenal game again. You know what I mean? We did what we needed to do, and then it gets taken out of our hands. What can we do? You know what I mean? Another controversial decision. Another penalty that you won't see happen to many other teams or happen again in the league. But we have to deal with it. We can't moan about it anymore. We just have to deal with it. We know the
referee blew his whistle.
He blew his bloody whistle before the 4 minutes of play. Before the 4 minutes were up, and he must have got something in his ear to say, listen, mate, the 4 minutes ain't up yet. Oh, yeah, carry on. What kind of officiating is this? Is this Sunday League, bro? This is the rubbish we've had to put up with throughout the whole season. And I'm not just us, the whole Premier League. It's been terrible this season for officiating. It's been bad.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So I hope they fix up. I really do.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame.
It's a real shame.
No, it is. No, but you want a better quality of refereeing. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, we do.
It's not really acceptable.
We need to look at the non-English referees now, get them over it. And as much as they annoy me in the Champions League, like the officials from other countries, I think they're just a bit more consistent with silly decisions.
I don't think that.
You know what I mean? It's just what you're getting.
In Turkey, like I think for the Fenerbahce, like the Istanbul, like derbies, they bring in referees from abroad.
Yeah,
they need to look at that.
No, I don't think we need to look at that at all. I think it's a very bad idea. I think.
Why would you say that?
No, because you need to improve the standard of refereeing in your country. Because now all that's happening is you're gonna keep outsourcing referees around the world. So how does that solve the issue? Because what if that person is not available for one of the games that and he's like, there's a booking issue, and he wants to go and referee the Fenerbahce game versus yours. It's imperative that we improve the standard of the game here.
How long have we been saying that?
I know, it's frustrating. I'm not saying
nothing has been done.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
It's definitely getting worse. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not something that is, you guys are speaking facts on this. It's not good enough. There's some standards that I've seen this season that's just poor. It's not the right of standard for one of the best league in the world. I don't know what's happened, but they need to do something.
Howard Webb has happened. Howard Webb has happened.
Yeah,
that's what's happened.
But to be fair, I think I can let the referees go a bit, but I think like VAR don't really have an excuse because they get to review the decisions. So like they've got to be helping out the referees. What's the point of having VAR?
Yeah, but the problem with that is they don't want their referees looking bad. They don't want their mates. They don't want to put their mates under the bus. That's what it is.
Was it? There's definitely an element of that because you can see certain things that doesn't make sense. Because if you were doing it as a true independent who's good at their job and takes pride in what they're doing, and you don't have this matey nonsense, then some of these things should not be happening. They just should not be happening. Going back to the Everton, the derby, that should not happen. That is not something. Take away the team that's playing. The fact is my team or not. That just should never happen. It just shouldn't happen.
It's crazy.
It's simple as that. But it's just a crazy situation where I refer my decision to you. Your job is to look at the decision and say, was that a red card or not? You should straight away look at it, one replay, and say that is endangering your opponent.
And the thing is, the thing with that one was when Beto scored, it took them probably a couple of minutes to try and see, is he onside? Is he offside? Is he onside? Is he offside?
Yeah.
The Tarkowski challenge, it was done within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
To say it's just a yellow card.
Yeah.
And what play? And then you've got players. I think Jota got booked for dissent when he didn't shout at the referee, he didn't shout at anyone. He just threw his arms and jumped around in a circle. Got booked for dissent. What's his name? Darwin got booked for coming off or whatever it was. It was booked for. He got fouled. He was off the pitch getting treatment. He came on the pitch. He got booked for that. That's the same punishment as somebody nearly breaking someone's leg. What are we doing here? And the thing is, what I said it on our TikTok account. Everyone, once you read pod on TikTok, I said it on our TikTok account. If the what kind of referees or refereeing standards are we trying to create here? Where they're quick to, but how many people got booked at the start of the season for kicking the ball away? Your player got sent off for doing that earlier this season.
We argued on the pod and you guys were for it. So I was just like, this is crazy. It will happen to no one else. And guess what? It's happened to no one else. And the people are doing it blatantly and worse.
No, to be fair, Craig, I'm not being funny.
I'm
not watching every Premier League game for 90 minutes to decide why many people have put the ball
but there's been a lot of comparison to that in terms of.
That's what I'm saying. I can't back what you're saying. Is what I'm saying. We have to be honest with ourselves. We haven't been watching 90 minutes of every Premier League game to see.
I've seen myself live and direct where players are not allowing people to take.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna just take your
and they're not getting booked. Well, I'm putting my point to you, isn't it? I'm telling you, I've seen it myself live and direct, where a player will not move in front of the ball. A player has kicked it against him or whatever. The referee has said, "No, reset it and take the."
No, honestly, I think that game, the fact that he was okay, I think, that's actually so bad that I feel like sometimes you get so lucky with a player escaping injury that it's almost like he somehow downplays the event for some reason. I find that so offensive what happened there, because I just feel like you need to do something to that team. That's not right.
And what we heard about the VAR was can't remember his name. But what have we heard? Have we heard has anything happened to him? Do we know? As PJ Mo said,
I'm pretty sure
he's been demoted.
Yeah, probably. We have to give it a couple of weeks. You know how they do.
A couple of weeks, yeah.
Give
it a couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Investigated.
Yeah. Honestly, that was such a disappointment because, it's a straight decision. If you can't get that, if VAR exists for that decision, and if you're doing matey stuff, which should not be allowed, that's the only way. That's the only way that decision has gone through. It's not because people are not doing their job. Then they're not actually doing their job. You can't be that willfully incompetent at your job. It's crazy. It's not acceptable. It's dangerous as well.
It is, and that's the other thing about this matey thing. It was who's the guy that's on Sky Sports that does their ref watch business? Or one of I can't remember which referee it was.
O'Leary. Or Howard?
No, definitely not O'Leary. I've forgotten his name.
I know it's an older one. I forgot his name now.
Not the
Packett.
Who it was, but he said on live TV last season, The reason why the referee is the VAR has made that decision is because he doesn't want to go against his mate or something like that.
Yes, he did.
That's the mentality. That's the mentality. He lets slip live on TV how they actually operate. And it's like they're getting paid a lot of money to do that job. It's not cheap. It's not like £20,000 or something a year.
No, they don't get paid enough, by the way. But anyway, that's a different thing.
In football terms, they don't. In general life terms, they get paid a lot of money. In general life terms, they get paid a lot of money.
Being deducted pay from these decisions.
Let's be no. Let's be frank here. Football, you can't judge it as a normal job. Football, they make a lot of money. They don't get paid enough. But that's a whole
they shouldn't be getting paid based on that performance.
Yeah, they're getting paid the right amount.
Definitely. Because I can show that there's enough evidence there that has to be a matey decision, or you're just that terrible at your job that you should have been reprimanded. Something should happen. You know, that is that's far different from the kicking the ball away. That's endangering your opponent. That's crazy. Yeah. You should not allow
it could end a carear. It could end
a career, yeah.
And then this guy's sitting in Stockley Park saying, "Oh, my mate's made a decision on the pitch, so I need to back my mate." That's the culture that Howard Webb has created in the PGMO. Not that we need to protect these players from getting injured and losing their livelihood, and Liverpool losing one of their best players of the season. None of that. It's my mate. It's his first Merseyside derby, his first big game. He's made a decision. I need to back his first 10. It's the other thing as well. It's the other thing that really annoys me. I'm trying not to swear because, shouldn't do that. But the thing that really annoys me is that it's the context that they do. They referee in. It's the first 10 minutes of the game, so therefore it's just a yellow card because this is a Merseyside derby and we don't want to send anyone off. But it's a sending off. So just do your job. Just apply the rules. It doesn't matter what the context is, but context always comes into it. It's like it's not just about I'm a Liverpool fan, blah blah blah. Darwin Núñez should have got sent off in what's the game he scored 2 goals in? Brentford, I think it was. Yeah. Came on, scored a goal, scored another goal, and then kicked someone up in the air when he was already on a booking for taking his shirt off. He should have got a second yellow, but because it was 5 minutes into injury time, the referee's like, it's 5 minutes into injury time, the game's done, so I'm not going to book him. It's the booking. Send him off. Do your job. Yeah. It doesn't matter what the context is. It's nonsense. On top,
you guys get that decision. We don't get that. So that was my point.
Stop it. No, Craig, there's so many. Craig, the thing is,
we don't have those scenarios, bro.
Like, you say that, but we literally just had a player you say that, we literally just had a player nearly get his leg broken, and the referee said, "Nah, play on. It's a yellow card." Not only that, go back to the first game where he's playing 98 minutes.
What about Van Dijk? What about Van Dijk and his dodgy tackles? Then he's got away with it all season. He elbowed someone in the face just a few hours ago.
A few hours ago, 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago.
I can't relate.
You're with you in the face, Craig. You're with you in the face. I can't relate
to what you're saying because we don't get those decisions. That's all I'm saying.
We don't get them either, though. How many times?
Sometimes you do get them, and sometimes you don't. We just don't get them.
Most of the time, we don't. Look at the amount of times that Salah gets fouled and doesn't get anything. Doesn't get anything. In fact, he gets the foul against him. There was the Newcastle game, Lewis Hall, where it should have been a penalty. Lewis Hall brings him down. No, he's fouling him into the box. Salah then shakes him off. They both fall to the ground. Should be a penalty. The referee gives a free kick to them. And it's like, but he's been fouling.
The cup.
No. This was in the
you guys have had your go at this stuff. It's been very enjoyable for both of you, especially. Now, can we move to another topic?
I could talk about this all day, but let's move.
Yeah, I know you
can, man, but it is what it is.
Let's move on to Tuesday night. Big game in the Champions League. Arsenal against Real Madrid.
Yes.
Real Madrid going into this game have just come off a 2-1 defeat at home to Valencia, which is a bit of a shock to me. From what I can remember, Valencia were near the bottom of the league. I don't know if they've improved since I last checked. They're near the bottom of the league, and Real Madrid have just lost 2-1 at home. Arsenal made a few changes at the weekend, as we've already discussed. So going into this game, Arsenal, I would still say favourites, but Craig, you're saying because of the injury, you're not so
big
sure.
Gabby at the back, man. He marshals everything coming in, so that is a massive loss to us. You know what I mean? So I think it's even bigger than probably. I wouldn't say it's up there with a Saka loss, to be fair, because he organises that defensive line. and he has been our best defender this season as well. Probably one of our best players this season. So that I can't look past that, and I think we'll be lucky to get a draw. I think we'll score. Yeah, I think we'll score. I think we'll score a goal. But we'll be lucky to get a draw. I think they've just got too much firepower up front. Where I was quite confident and maybe, you know what I mean, more leaning towards us maybe nicking a goal here and then sitting back or whatever. We can't do that now. We can't afford to do it. So I think we will be going more attacking. I think Ancelotti came out and said he's going to be, I don't know if it's mind games, but he said he's going to come out and the gameplay is going to change a little bit where he expects us to come out and attack. So that sort of sets up them sitting back and countering. We can't handle that with this defense. So I expect us to get punished on the break at some point in that game. And whether we can score enough to keep up with them, probably not. So it's unfortunate that injury happened when it did. But you know what? I will be back in the boys, and hopefully, you know what I mean, a miracle happens. Anything could happen. So you never know.
To be honest, I think Arsenal had no chance with Gabriel or without Gabriel. But also, I think you guys are going to be parking a bus in both legs. There's going to be no. We haven't really got a striker. I think whenever you play top teams, you always play 10 men behind the ball. And I think you'll do the same against Real Madrid and get battered.
When we play top teams, we got 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
What are you saying here?
Always.
Triggering you, man. You're triggering you.
I know. I'm not on it today. You
play super defensive against top teams. We've all seen it. We've all seen it.
Okay. That was a narrative at the beginning of the season where we then sort of broke down some games where we actually scored in open play, and that wasn't sort of pulled up. But whatever you guys
I'm gonna lie to you. This the only thing hyperbole I wanted to correct you. You said is a miracle. Ain't gonna be no freaking miracle if you win. Like let's really start talking football for what it is. Yeah, after winning that game against Real Madrid, it's not gonna give no shot to my system whatsoever. And this keyword of Gabriel nonsense you guys are going on about, forget all that. Let's talk football. I'm just talking pure football. There's no reason why you can't beat that Real Madrid team. There is no reason. There is no reason why. The reason why you're not going to beat that Real Madrid team is because of your players not being up to it in the big games and showing. Because when you win, if you win, I will not be surprised. Just telling you the ultimate, my own truth.
Not being up for what big game? Actually, no.
You got 1 second.
Big game. You lost to any of you guys. So what's happening?
I'm saying exactly. So you don't give up.
Be confident then.
You don't give up chances. Yeah, you have a good back four. Yeah, you got Rice, Partey, and Odegaard is probably going to play. You rested Odegaard against Everton. Up front, I hope that Saka is fit enough to start the game. Then probably
he has to start.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming Martinelli and then what's his name? Trossard.
Trossard. That
will do your job. At the end of the day, just do your job. Everyone does their job. Worst case scenario, you lose that game. I'm being very, very serious. Worst case scenario, if you're on it, you lose that game 1-0. It will not be more than one goal.
It's not going to be 1-0.
I don't think so either.
Draw, you'll win.
Same. So at the end of the day, you do not give up chances. So I don't know where this thing is coming from. Like,
because we've had Gabriel there, we don't give up chances. That's
what I'm trying to say. Don't forget, it's just one leg. Yeah, but don't forget.
He's Van Dijk. He's been the rock for us.
No question. What I'm just saying to you, but you're solid. You're you're a very solid team. There's no question about it.
It's like we're giving you a pep talk, Craig. What's going on here?
No, but be serious, because at the end of the day, what's gonna mess you up here is when you get that good result. Hopefully, it's a good result on the first leg. How do you react when you go to their stadium, right? And it is a knockout position and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of this one-off, if someone tell me one-off game, Arsenal versus Real Madrid at the Emirates, even with Gabriel injured, you can do it. Like you say miracle and all these things.
I hear you, but it all depends on the day. And
always though.
Looking at the paper and the team sheet at the moment, not having Gabriel on that team sheet is playing with my head.
I know, but they're not scoring like lots of goals. Yeah, they're not on fire.
They will though. It's a Champions League.
They always say they're best for the Champions League.
Yeah, I know that, Aki. What I'm saying is, this is the first leg. Yeah, just do your job. Have something to take to the second leg, and then I still think you're gonna knock us out. I mean, that's what I think. The reason why I think you're gonna get knocked out is because you're gonna get jacked. That's what I believe. I think you're gonna get jacked because they always jack people, and your team and your players are right for being jacking because You're gonna panic. You're gonna feel the pressure. People are gonna start getting jittery legs. But that's a different story. We're talking about a preview of the first leg of the Champions League at the Emirates. We're not talking about that game. When that game comes, I have my opinion. But they're talking about the game at the Emirates.
You know what?
That's
the atmosphere, we got to play. The fans have got to play a big part in that game as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's going to make it really uncomfortable for them, man. So
don't make this guy.
It's going to be pretty hard in the library. Normally quite quiet around there.
Don't do that. We've got the most chance in the Premier League. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, you jacked one of those from us as well. Craig, let me just.
You weren't doing it right.
Is that right? Our version is better. Anyway, Craig, let me just. You remember the Barcelona 4, Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0? Do you remember the Liverpool starting lineup for that game? Who was missing from that game?
Go on.
Do you remember? Okay, starting lineup: Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Van Dijk. Robertson came off injured. He started but came off injured. Henderson, Fabinho, Milner is the midfield. Shaqiri, Origi, Mane was up front. So we had no. Exactly. We went from 3-0 down. That's a team that started that game at home. We were 3-0 down.
I hear you. It all depends.
You're missing a couple of players. Yeah,
mentality wise and everything. It depends on the game, on the day. If our players are up for it, as Uche said, and as you're saying, Ro, I think we can pull up a decent result, whether that's a draw or whether it's we nick a win. But as I'm seeing the team lineup now, as it may be, I don't see it. I don't see.
Pick a team. Go on, pick a team before we.
I don't think you're keeping Mbappe quiet. Like, he's gonna have nightmares, bro.
When you put it like that,
what are we doing?
Panic attack.
He's gonna have everyone skates, bro. Like, let's go. I dread to think what's gonna happen, man.
But pick the starting lineup for us. Who's gonna play?
So is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna have Ben White. Well, if Timber's fit, he'll probably have Timber. To be fair,
but back or right back?
At right back. So Ben White at right back, and then we'll have obviously Saliba. Then he's going to go with Kivior, unfortunately, and then I think he has to go with Mars Lewis Skelly, but he may be tempted to even put a little.
Rodrigo.
This is no. I think Mars Lewis Skelly he should play. As I said, the best English left back in the league right now. So he. I can agree with that.
He needs to stop. He needs to stop fouling people. I'm just putting that out there. Just needs to stop fouling people. We'll be fine.
No, well, the referees have his number now, isn't it?
Yeah, you just carry on with your team, please.
What he does, he's going to get punished. He's now Jack. He's taken over Xhaka's role of whatever he does. It's seen 10 times worse.
This guy, can you finish your team, man?
Okay, let's go back to the team.
I'm just saying. Let me have my say. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get bullied by all these free Liverpool guys. I'm going to have my thing. So he should have Partey. Partey hasn't been playing lately, but he'll have Partey and just for the experience as well. And Rice in that centre. He'll have Odegaard in the middle. He'll have on the left-hand side Martinelli, on the right Saka, and up front Trossard.
Yeah.
Trossard up
front.
So, that's enough.
But he might throw a spanner in there and somehow get Marino into that team, which I don't want to see him in playing at all. If he's not up front, I don't want to see him in the midfield. So you never know. Maybe a Marino up front. Who knows? Because Trossard did get a knock actually in the Everton matches. They were trying to kick our players off the park. So he might be carrying a little injury. So it might be Marino up top. But yeah, that's the 11.
Miracle. Miracle.
Raya and go, obviously.
Miracle, yeah.
Yeah.
It will be.
I'm just looking at the Real Madrid team that played at the weekend. So it looks like they rested a few, but not a lot, to be honest. Camavinga didn't start and came on, and Rodrigo didn't start, so he's fresh for the best English left back in the league.
Yeah, I'm confident of that. Might as well deal with him, man. Don't worry about that one.
I don't care how you deal with him. What they care about is putting the ball in the back of the net. They don't care about playing well. They don't care about any of that.
That's it.
They don't care.
That's the thing about that.
They're not interested. They have no interest in playing. All they're interested in is like at the end of the 2 legs, they will win. That's it.
Listen, that set piece coach has got to earn his money. He needs to show his what he's about. I'm telling you, we could shock them with that.
No, you guys I'll give you 1-1 in the first leg. Why not?
1-1. I'll take that. all day.
I want it to be. I want you to still be in it for the second leg, just to keep
I
something
reckon
going.
1-0 Madrid.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I don't like Real Madrid anyway, so if you go
What are
through,
you going for? What's your prediction?
Yeah, that's a good point. Predictions. What are we saying?
Prediction. I'm going to go 1-1. Actually, I'm going to take that 1-1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. DJ?
In the first
1-1. I've said already. 1-1. I think they will do it.
Aki thinks it's like 7-0 to Real Madrid. Go on, Aki.
No, that would be my wish, because if you get battered, then less likely to rest players for my FPL team, and I can bring in maybe Saka or something like that. But I reckon it's going to be 1-0 to Real Madrid. I reckon Arsenal will park the bus, but it won't be enough. Probably Mbappe or Vinny will get a goal.
Okay, and I think it's going to be one goal in it. So I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal, and I'm not even joking, Craig. 1-0 Arsenal, 2-1 Arsenal, and then Real Madrid overturn it in the second leg. That's my prediction. But also, FC Bayern are playing internationally, Inter, at the same day. Who do you think is going to win that match?
I think we're all saying Inter, right?
Yeah, I think
it was only Mikey that were back in. He was back in.
Talking about the first leg, though, right? Is the first leg at the Allianz Arena?
It is at the Allianz, yeah.
I think Inter will go there and get a comfortable 1-1 draw there, and then finish them off in the second leg.
Yeah, okay. Over 2 legs, I think Inter are going to go through. First leg, I think it'll be 1 goal again, so it might be a 1-0 to Bayern, and then Inter come back. But I can't remember if they've let a goal in yet, Inter, in the Champions League.
You don't concede many goals generally, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's 1 or 2 max they've conceded.
Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we've got Barcelona, Dortmund, PSG, Villa. I think Villa can trouble them, you know.
I've said it. I've said it on the pod as well. It's not going to be PSG walkover. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not going to be a walkover, but I think Luis Enrique has got this team exactly where he wants them, and this guy's on fire. And the skills that these players have is Arsenal at the moment. They're just the most informed team, and they're just the right time, right place. So, as much as I rate on Emirates to give them a problem again, where's the first leg? Is it at Paris Saint-Germain?
I'm just checking. I think Paris Saint-Germain have won the league already this weekend as well.
Yeah. But is the game
it's at PSG? It's at PSG. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it's there's no point talking about this game.
Okay, I think Villa gonna shock us, you know.
No. I genuinely thought it was at
if
Villa
it was, Park. If it was at Villa Park, I would have said they might do something. But first leg away is
have you seen Craig? Have you seen Villa away from home in the Premier League?
Yeah, they're not that great. So, but Emery's a cup. He's a cup guy.
Like I said, man, we've had a few. There've been a few of them. The guy they don't show up, man. So I'm gonna put it out on a limb. 3-0. PSG will win.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think so. They would batter them, destroy them completely.
No,
I think Villa will have 35% possession of the ball. That's what.
I'm gonna go 2-1.
No, but I'm telling you, all you got to do is look at their away form in the Europe so far. They're playing some dreadful teams. They haven't played anybody like they've been getting some serious.
True.
As you get deeper into the Champions League, it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? Like I think players are up for it, and I think PSG will win, but it's going to be a lot closer than we actually think.
I think also PSG might underestimate Villa. They might think because they're Liverpool,
and that as well.
I think that could be an issue. Yeah, that could be an issue. I agree with that. That could be an issue. Think so. But I don't think it's going to happen. Honestly, these guys will just they'll deal with it.
They played out their skill against us.
Villa might even go down to 10. Might even go down to 10 men. The way things, I'm telling you, man.
As well, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, probably 2-1. I can't see more than a goal in it. To be fair.
Nah, 3-0.
I think 3-1. I think Villa can score away from home with the firepower they've got, but I think PSG are gonna roll them over first leg. If it was the other way around, then I think Villa would have had a chance to maybe get a 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. But away from home now, they're chill. They probably rested their whole team again, like they did before we played them. So yeah, I think they're gonna win it. Right, let's come towards the end of the pod now. Let's just quickly touch on LFC strikers. we saw today Jota missing a great chance that would have put us 3-1. 3-1? 3-2. Would have put us 3-2. Our central strikers have not been firing this season. We've had Diaz play some games there. We've had Darwin. I don't even want to talk about that guy. And then we've got Jota, who just can't stay fit, even though he's probably one of our most lethal central strikers anyway. This week, Uche, as our resident Nigerian, this week we have been linked with Victor.
This guy's been reading the Nigerian Observer or something. Telling you.
we were told he's going to come to us.
I'm not seeing the news, man. He broke it to me just like 10 minutes before we started. I'm like, what's he talking about?
Victor Osimhen. The last couple of days. Huh?
What's the source?
Yeah.
Heinz.
He doesn't even have the source. This guy's he's trolling, man.
Let me see what the source is. You carry on. What do you think? As a rumor, let's put it like that.
I wouldn't even waste time on it. I think if he's gonna be Osimhen, you try and get him in. For me, everything I can see about the guy, he'll fit. I'll get Osimhen in. Obviously, my striker, number one target. Even though I think it's a massive risk if you buy Isak because of the injuries record. I don't really like his injury record at all.
Wait, you're bigging him up now?
No.
I thought you said you wouldn't touch him with a barge ball.
Craig, let's get something straight. Yeah, the guys that
you guys are gonna forget what he said about Isak.
No, I said his injury record. I wouldn't touch him. But if you're gonna spend, it's not my money, bro. It's not my money. Let's get something straight. I would strongly advise the club not to buy Isak because of injury record. Because we're gonna be playing 2 or 3, 2 or 3 games in a week, whatever way you want to look at it.
But he's your number one target. That's what he said.
Yeah, because if you're telling,
how does that work?
No, I'll tell you why it works.
Let
me ask you a question.
Go on.
When you look at a striker, if you have money in the bank, it's not my money, right? You're looking for the number one informed striker. He stands out, right? I'm not gonna dispute that. I would still say no personally because I don't think he's capable of playing midweek Champions League games and then league and then back to midweek. I don't like that. It makes me very uncomfortable. So I wouldn't do it. But it's not my money. Osimhen, I will fully back. I just don't believe the Nigerian Observer news that Real was talking about. I think it's true.
Listen, you asked for the.
But if it's true, and Osimhen's coming, go on.
You asked for the source. The source is the Nigerian Guardian, not the. The source.
You were right, really.
I'm joking. The source was Sky Sports. One of the reporters
they don't know
come up with it.
They don't know
Another
nothing.
reporter has mentioned it as well. So apparently he's on the list.
No, honestly, if you can't.
How old is he now? He's like 30 now, though, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
27?
No, he's not 20. I don't actually know his age right now on the spot, but he's definitely not 30.
Why did he go to Galatasaray at such a young age? There's got to be question marks against him then.
No, it's
because why did Napoli tell
because he wanted to get out of his club.
Yeah, he had the big issues over there, man. Yeah, massive.
Yeah, he had some serious
racism as well. So the club were just taking the piss. They're taking the mick.
So he's actually on loan at the moment, and again, it's going to be a very hard negotiation to do as well. Yeah, so unless you have his release clause, it's going to be a bigger problem. But again, if you're just talking about the player, forget the money. Osimhen would do it. Isak would do it. Those are the kind of players that you should be going for. But I would definitely take Osimhen personally.
Okay. Do you want me to give you the list of who we've been linked with? Not from the Nigerian Guardian.
It's going to be the names that have just been recycled. Like we're probably linked.
So obviously Isak is one of those, but the amount of money it will cost is a problem for us unless Newcastle don't qualify for the Champions League. That's one of the names mentioned. Benjamin Sesko, who I know very little about, and I don't. Whenever I've seen him play, only for his international team, pretty much. I've not seen anything in his game that I want to see at Liverpool, to be honest.
But, average. Yeah.
Not for
and
me.
then Ekitike at Frankfurt, I think he's at.
Not for me.
Ekitike, no?
No, not for me. Sorry.
Not for me either, to be honest.
Don't be bringing out names that ain't worldies. I want certified.
Well, I'm afraid the next person on the list isn't a world either. Dilap.
I like Rory, yeah?
He's been.
Wait, 1 second. Imagine, right? Congratulations, Mo Salah. Everyone goes nuts. He signed a new contract. Oh, yeah. You're going to be playing next next to
with,
yeah.
No, listen, Rory's a player, you know. He's a player.
No, he's got talent.
He's not Liverpool level, no.
No.
That would be a miracle.
Who else have you got?
I've got one more for you. Is that David guy that I don't rate at all?
Jonathan.
Yeah, his stock has gone down now, isn't it?
At Lille.
He was touted as like one of the best strikers going, and now he's just gone.
He's out of contract. He's out of contract, so he goes in the
he is completely free. I don't understand that guy. I don't get it. I feel like either people have got too much on the guy, and it's happening for so long now, and no one has touched him. He's completely on the free. I don't know why you would not be linked with him. I will get him regardless, even if it's the worst thing ever. Because it's on the free.
The backup thing.
I will get him as a backup and then still get. If you're asking me, I'll go for him and Austin, man. Honestly, I'll do that. I'll rather have 2 number 9s and then through the back door, you know who's going, and then we just move on.
Salah.
Oh, he ain't Salah, is it?
The talk, Craig. The talk is Diaz. The talk is Diaz, Jota, and obviously Darwin are the ones that
Jota ain't going anywhere, man.
Will be made available.
You won't get
rid
rid of
consider offers for.
You won't get rid of.
No, we're not getting rid of all of them. No,
you can't.
Nunes is the one that will get the most money, and good luck to him.
Yeah, he would probably feel the most mistreated as well, Nunes.
Mistreated in what sense?
He brought to your club under false pretenses, man. He's meant to be the guy, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure when he came to your club and he made the signing, he was.
But then we had a closer look and we decided he was not the guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying he probably feels a bit hard done by with that.
But he's going to feel hard done by at Liverpool John Lennon Airport when he's on the flight to go.
He's going to get a league medal, which he completely deserved and contributed to. He's going to get a great send off on the bus on the parade, and after that, he's going to be driven straight to the airport, and that's it. And we thank you for
the bus is going to stop off at the airport.
Yeah,
I think the route. The parade route. It goes past the airport. It's like, Darwin, this is your stop, mate.
This is your stop, mate, and that's it. And thank you for
let's be right now with the sort of error in. He ain't going anywhere unless his agent can get him a better deal, which is going to be hard. He ain't going to Saudi. Who's going to be paying big money for Darwin?
No, Craig, come on, man. Stop saying these things.
Who's going to be paying big money for Darwin?
Wait, Craig.
I'll striker.
Craig, a little bit of a history lesson, yeah? One second. History lesson, yeah? We got rid of Cisse. We got rid of Benteke. We got rid of Carroll.
We're in a new era where no one's ain't getting bumped for players no more.
Somebody is going to get it. Someone's going to
cost of living is different, bro.
not with Premier League clubs. Someone will pay the money, and that's it. Someone will pay the money, man.
I don't know, man.
They always pay the money. They always do. They play like that.
How long's left? How long's left on his
contract? Definitely over 2 years. That one, I know.
Yeah,
3 years. He ain't going anywhere, man. If a big offer don't come in from him, he ain't going anywhere.
The big offer will come.
Uche, like you said, Craig, hard done by all that. But I think he's the sort of person where he understands that he's not anywhere near first choice at Liverpool. I don't think he's the sort of player that wanted to hang around. So I think he'd just rather go anywhere rather than stick around to collect him money. I just don't see him as that kind of person. So it'll be gone. I reckon.
He doesn't like the gloomy weather in Liverpool.
Hey, you can have an Isak swap, no? Isak and Nunes.
I'll take it.
Isak and 150, 180 million.
I had Elliot and Quanta that Newcastle wanted.
200, yeah. So what was that, Aki?
I heard it was Elliot and Quanta that Newcastle wanted.
Well, apparently one of the local journalists in Newcastle said that Newcastle are interested in both of those players. So whether or not we use that as some kind of make weight for a deal with Isak, I don't know. But if they're starting at 150 million, then we're not going to be anywhere near that. It's as simple as that. The club's just not going to do that. So we've got to hope that they don't finish in the Champions League spots, because if they do, I can't see why they're going to sell, because they're going to get money next year. Anyway, let's look forward before we end the pod. Let's look forward to the games of the weekend. The season continues, the league continues, the procession to the anticlimax, according to Aki, continues. Arsenal at home to Brentford, which I think is 3 points guaranteed for them.
Not necessarily. No? It all depends on what happens on Tuesday. So if we're still in it on Tuesday and after Tuesday, he's gonna rest. He's gonna rest players. So He's going to put on our second string. So we might even lose that game, to be fair.
Okay, let's hope that you get a result on Tuesday then.
To be fair, you might lose as well, the way your form is. So,
if we play anything like today, then that's exactly what we deserve, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a nonsense. It's just an absolute nonsense. But let's talk about Liverpool. I'm actually going to this game, so I may not be on the pod next. Well, yeah, I'm
come on, West Ham. Come on, that would be hilarious.
Would it now? Would it now? Okay.
That would be hilarious.
Would it now? So Liverpool v West Ham next Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. What do we think is going to happen? Craig, you've got a lot to say, so let me see what your prediction is.
What, Liverpool West Ham?
I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, you smoked them. Let's be serious. It's going to be like 4-1 or something stupid. I don't even want to. I'm going to turn off the pings for that one, to be honest. I don't want to.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Yeah, you'll easily beat them 4-1.
Aki?
Probably 2-0. I don't reckon it's going to be a great game.
Anticlimactic.
Maybe? Oh, yeah. West Ham 4. We just need 4 wins. So after this, probably 3 more.
How many wins do you get? Because it was 2. It's now gone up to 4. What's happened in between?
We need to win 4 games.
We need 11. We need 11 points. Apparently, we need 11 points to win the league.
4 wins does it. After this game, it means 3 wins.
Okay. All right. 2-0. Did you say?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Uche, what are you saying?
I think we just need 3 wins personally. So I think it's gonna be comfortable. At least 3 goals. I'll go for 3-0. West Ham, I've got nothing to worry us about. But like anything, if the game doesn't start go weird or something, but I expect an easy game here. So leaves us with 2 games to win, which is less the next after that. And then after that, we just need 1 more win. I think it's done.
Wait, Craig. Oh, the 13th of May, isn't it? It's going to be too late.
Of course it's going to be too late.
No, I'm hoping that you celebrate your damn trophy before we get there. Forget all
why is that, Craig?
Nah, man. Forget all that rubbish.
It's rubbish now. It's rubbish now, yeah?
Yeah. You're supposed to do it regardless. The honor, the ring of honor, whatever.
That should be done way before. So we don't need to do that. Let's just go.
Everyone with me is supposed to do it as a respect, just to say
let's
congrats.
go and play so we can beat you. That's all I want to happen. That's it.
Yeah, but I think he'll do. I think Arteta's the kind of manager that will do it. It's just the right thing. It's just nice. It's just a little thing. Let people trolls say what they gotta say. Just give it up to the champions. It's just one of those things. At the end of the day, you learn from it, and it makes you stronger for the next season when you come back again.
Well, we learn from my injuries. Yeah, what are we talking about here?
No, I'm saying you learn from
the refereeing decisions. You learn from the injuries and the refereeing.
Don't forget you're getting. No, but don't forget you're getting a lot of experience from coming second. That will build you up for the next season. To come second again.
How much more coming second than we do? First time in a row,
I'm building. It's just a matter of time, man. Remember what I said at the start of the season? It's a matter of time from here. You can just keep building, and then from second to second to maybe 5th. But you just keep building. Who knows what's happening?
It's all, look at these other Liverpool guys joking and laughing and joking. All right, don't worry.
You're on your own on this one, Craig.
I've always said to you, enjoy it when you can.
Well, definitely. Don't
do like Aki here talking about anti-climax. Enjoy it while you can.
No chance. I'm gonna go crazy. It's about enjoying it because, like you say, you don't get to see this often. This league is so competitive that next season it could be someone completely different. You don't know, so you got to enjoy it while you can. No question about it.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's leave it there. So hopefully you viewers have been enjoying this episode of One True Red. We'll be back again next week. And as I mentioned earlier, we've got many different socials. So we've got TikTok and we've got Instagram. So do please follow us over there and check out our content there. And then on this video, please do like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know that when we've uploaded, so you'll be notified about that. And also, please comment. Liverpool fans, get at Aki, please. Put him in his place.
Or support me against these bullies.
Yeah, please. I would like to hear from the supporters.
Yeah, or support him as well. And then give Craig some pep talks as well, because he's got no confidence in his team for Tuesday. But
that's not what I said.
Anyway, let's leave it there. We'll see you again next week. We're out. Okay.